Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to draw the male T-Rex from Jurassic Park 2. It's the Lost World Jurassic Park. And this video was requested by Polo Drive. And I really hope that my camera won't stop recording before I finish the first part of this drawing. Let's hope it doesn't, and I'll just quickly get my camera set up the right way. Okay. Okay. So the only real difference that I can kind of tell about the male T-Rex is that the shape is the same, but he has a couple of features that make it look a little more aggressive than the female T-Rex, I suppose. And we're gonna draw this on quite a different kind of pose than what we usually draw it on. So let's just start. So first we want to draw in the area for his hip. So this would be his hip, and his leg would be kind of attached to this, and then his rib cage would be like this, and then of course this bone would be over here as well, and then he has a very muscular tail that we can see over here, and it is kind of curved inwards, so it kind of goes like this a bit. But we will, I think I'm gonna draw it just the normal T-Rex tail, I guess, with the tip kind of hanging. But we will see about that. First we wanna get the pose set up right. So this would be his back. His neck would be attached over here, going like this, and then his head would kind of be like over here, going quite something like this. And I'm really roughly drawing this sketch in. Kind of something like this. And I hope I did the basic shapes the right way. Okay, so over here would be his chest area, and then his belly would be over there. So you have to remember that his head in overall shape would be about almost as long as from his pelvis to his shoulder. So that's almost the length of his head. So we do need to pay attention to that. Okay, now for his leg kind of goes like this. It's quite angled back. His knee would be about over here, I would say. Then a bone goes like this, and then like this, and his feet would be over here. And then we can draw in the flesh around it, the muscles and stuff. So again, his knee would be over there, and then we have a very muscular shin like this. There's a bone over here, and then we go into his foot, and then this leg actually goes like this. Well, it's kind of strangely, maybe it's more a bit faced outwards, I must say. I think it's more a bit faced outwards, because this is actually the only thing that we can see of his foot, and he's kind of standing on a object over here. So the reason why I don't draw it in the typical stance where you can only see one leg and one arm is because I know that Beanie Draws actually did a video that is similar to that, and I don't really want to I want to keep it as original as I can, if that's possible, and that's why I try to do something that isn't already somewhere there on YouTube. Maybe I will kind of get more people to watch my videos that way, or maybe I don't. I hope I will, though. Alright, and then we have a big claw like this, and the other one would also be over there somewhere. So I'm really roughly drawing it in. I'm just really doing the sketch, the basic sketch of everything. And then you wouldn't really be able to see much of the other arm, but I'm just gonna draw it in like this, and then so you can kind of see them both together. And I'm just drawing the fingers in first. Something like this. Alright, this should be fine for now. So I'm not going into the features on his head too much yet, because I want the features on his head to be accurate to how it is supposed to be on the male T-Rex. His tail is going to be slightly off the page. It might actually be slightly off the page. Well, we could just draw it in like this. It doesn't have to be off the page. Maybe a little bit more muscular. Alright, this looks a little bit better. So now we have the basic kind of structure of the male, well, of a T-Rex. Now we just have to make it look like the male T-Rex. And also we could go a little bit deeper into the detail on his feet as well. So we can see 3 claws over here. It's gonna be 1, basically, and then the second one will be over here, and the third one will be over here. It's kind of standing on his toes a little bit, and then his claws will be attached to that. And a claw over here, and one over here, of course. Maybe this one is a little bit too long, too stretched out, so I might erase it a little, then just draw it again and make it less stretched out. the claw would be attached like this. Something like this. And of course we do need the little Jew claw right there. And the claws on this foot as well. Alright, so now we have all the basics done already. Oh, of course we do need the little claws on his fingers, his fingernails. Okay, so now we do have the basics done, and now I just want to get a good reference for his head. I'm talking about the real male head of the T-Rex. So the head of the T-Rex is just the basic shapes again. So this line kind of, if you want to have the basic shapes before you want to get the characteristic things of the T-Rex in there, you can just draw it in like a box shape, like what I'm doing now. And you can always adjust it if you need to later on. So the basic shape of his head goes kind of something like this. Well, this actually goes like this. And then this goes like this. So that's the basic shape of his head. Of course we are missing this bumpy thing over there, but that will come later. And then this membrane kind of thing goes like this. And it goes like this. And it has a little bit of an angle like this. Alright. So now we need to get the basic things of the male T-Rex in, and it looks a little bit more aggressive than the normal T-Rex that we've seen in the Jurassic Park 1 and the Jurassic World movies. I mean, this looks a little bit more bumpy, a little more bony. Maybe I made it a little bit too much over there. I actually did it. I overdid it a little bit. But basically, this looks more aggressive than on the T-Rexes that we see in the first Jurassic Park movie and the Jurassic World movies. And his eyebrow is also a little bit bigger than on the female T-Rex, and a little bit bony as well, a little bit more bony than the female T-Rex, and this is a little bit more rounded like this. Alright, so then this area goes like this. Well, actually we can erase the inner part of his eyebrow, because well, we do have a couple of bony things going on over there, but the actual eyebrow starts over here, maybe even on a little bit more of an angle like this. And then this comes from over here. It goes down on an angle like this, and it kind of stops over there. It fades away over there. And this area is supposed to be very large because his eye will be somewhere placed in the middle of that. And then we have a area that goes like this, and an area that goes like this. Alright, then we have a small area over here, kind of goes like that, and then we have his nostril over here. And there we have the basics of the male T-Rex, and his neck goes a little bit more like this. And then it goes like this. The bottom part of his neck goes like this. And then like this. Maybe it's more a bit, it's supposed to be a little bit more like this. And then we have a lot of veins and stuff going on over here. Just a lot of them. Alright. So that is the basics of the male T-Rex. And of course we need his eye as well, but we do have a lot of detail going on over here as well. A couple of small scales going down like this, and his eye would be about over here, I would say. And I'm not gonna draw in too much detail because I want to go over it with a pen, like what I did in the past video, because I really like the way it looks with a pen. And maybe this is actually a little bit too big. Gonna make it a little bit thinner, his snout. Because it's supposed to look very thick when the teeth are all in, but not this early on yet. So yeah, I'm gonna do the, well, let's do the teeth. So he has very big teeth that kind of go on an, well, they're kind of angled inwards a little bit, but they are the longest at this area over here. And then the teeth on his bottom jaw are a little bit smaller. And they kind of disappear over there. And by the way, we still have to finish this part of his jaw. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. Okay, so yeah, now we do have the basics done, and I'm just really quickly going to go over everything with a pen, and yeah, so I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, and I went over every line with the black pen. When you're using a pencil, you can just go over every pencil line with a darker pencil, or just press down harder on your pencil. That way you will kind of get the same effect, and you don't have to erase it. I just think that it looks a little bit nicer after you erased it before you put the details in, but that's just an opinion. You can't even erase it with a pencil. So now let's try to zoom in on his eye. Alright, and let it focus on his eye properly. Well, I guess this is fine. So for his eye, you just want to have a couple of highlights. So I want a highlight at the top left and one right next to it. And the one right next to it is going to be a little bit smaller. And the rest of it I will just be drawing in very dark. Something like this. Okay, so let's zoom out again. So yeah, there you have the basics of the male T-Rex, and I'm gonna end the video over here. I'll be making a second part in which I will put a little bit more detail into the drawing and finish it up a little. But yeah, so now you know how to draw the basic shape of the male T-Rex from the Lost